Again, how are you going to do discovery on my end for this? This is your witness. You should have the information.
Because you yourself said you deleted this and archived it, and you are supposed to be the source of this evidence? Probably? Like, if I had to guess. You literally deleted the evidence from the joint record, and I assume you can't just delete evidence from the joint record, this thing that's supposed to be your unimpeachable record, and then never provide the actual record of your communications, right? Am I crazy? Why would that be the case? That you can just delete a bunch of evidence, and you go, well, I deleted it because I wanted to protect her privacy, but also I won't actually provide any of the evidence of these logs. That seems bizarre to me, right? And he's saying, oh, go ask Abby MC for her logs. And it's like, bro, you know you deleted your side of those logs. Yeah, well, Bragendev kept it archived. Yeah, that seems like...
Okay, sorry. I have to go into Steven defense mode. Okay, sorry. I have to go into Destiny defense mode. All right, what is Destiny defense mode? What are my arguments again? What are my arguments again? The burden of proof should be on the accuser to provide pieces of evidence, especially from people like Abby MC, in which the information and the evidence have not been provided. Okay, all right. Okay, cool.
Talking out of both sides of your mouth, no? Wouldn't that be very...
Yes, sweeper mode on. I'm turning on sweeper mode. Shh. Gotta sweep for Steven! Okay, yeah, that's me.
Concerning to people that he said, oh, well, the reason I deleted it was because I archived it and now I have it for evidence for the court case. And he goes, but you should ask Abby with the deleted logs. It's funny.
What are you hoping to discover from me? Why, it's your witness. Why are you asking me about it? What the fuck? Yet, discovery in this matter is far from complete, and the evidence relied on by defendant, this argument is not reliable and cannot be authenticated. Plaintiff cannot fairly be required to meet her burden of proof without the opportunity to complete discovery. Because Rule 56 presumes that the parties opposing summary judgment had a fair chance to complete discovery. Blah, 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 blah.
Okay, I don't know where he's... I don't understand that contention there. I understand why you have to signal that to DGG to try to paint yourself as a victim, but I don't understand that contention. You've deleted their side of the record. You say you archived it, and you go, well, why do you want my side of it? Why would you have any right to my side of it? Well, because you deleted that stuff. And the whole way you avoid spoliation arguments is by providing that record, right? That's like the joint record. Otherwise, I think he would have deleted it after being aware of the lawsuit, and that is literally spoliation. If he's deleted something in a joint record after being notified not to, and he says, well, I'm allowed to do that to protect my privacy, then I don't see how you could say, well, I'm allowed to do that to protect my privacy, but I'm not going to provide.
But he archived it and sent everything over. What's your point? Because according to Steven, he archived everything, and he sent everything over, as shown. He didn't spoliate shit, okay? He probably deleted it because he didn't want people to be preying on his drama outside of the legal courtroom, right? Like, he probably didn't want people to take advantage of their messages with him in order to go after him in the court of public opinion, right? It isn't to hide things from the legal courtroom, I believe. I believe the reasoning, okay, I believe the proper reasoning is that it is specifically so then people can't make like fucking clout-hungry YouTube videos based off of their DMs with him or some shit, right? What part of this is avoiding the legal consequences? He hired a law firm. He answered to every demand. He keeps on using up money every single time they file a fucking new motion, right? He has done every single step in good faith, right? He has done every step in good faith. Why the fuck would he sabotage himself from the very beginning if he has done every step in good faith thus far? Isn't it suspicious they haven't sent us a second copy of everything? Or someone to hack into his account? Yeah, there's no way to digitally indicate. Yeah, exactly. I can't believe they're still hinging on this argument, right? Like, if I was someone who is a content creator and I hired a law firm and and I documented everything and archived everything just for myself, right? And to send it over to the court, the last thing I want is for other people to be clout hungry like fucking goblins and use my Discord DMs with them in order to go after me further in public in a fucking YouTube video, right? Like, if I have like during a dogpiling, during an internet cancellation, all right, during any kind of internet cancellation, right? One of the things you should be aware of, and one of the things you should be like careful of, are people who are trying to hop onto the bandwagon with their pitchforks in order to use their DMs with you to go against, right? Like, or of any kind, right?
Provide those records to them? Is that not totally broken thinking? I don't know how you could possibly support that, but maybe, hey, maybe I'm crazy. Seems like completely broken thinking.
Okay, dude.
Very interesting.
Yep.
Okay, why are they doing this to me? Why are they doing this to me? Why?
Assumption is they're just trying to make this claim so that they can push this case out for as long as they possibly want. But like,
Hold on. Discovery closes December 16th, 2025. See order ECF 23, but it is still in early stages. Written discovery is ongoing and depositions have not yet been conducted. Written discovery only began after the court granted plaintiff's protective order on September 2nd. Right! So as a part of the preliminary injunction, they also filed the protective order, and that was only granted in September. So they were basically waiting to try to file evidence and do depositions because they didn't want to expose people's identities. Oh, and he's gonna like totally leave that out, right? He's gonna totally leave that out. His propensity for like doxing people obviously leading to them going, oh yeah, well, we probably do have to protect these people. Huh. Maybe he'll say that. Maybe he'll be...
I've said this, and I'm just gonna say it again real quick. I think it's fucking ridiculous how Steven is being called out for the doxing shit. Meanwhile, Pixie's team is allowed to dox whoever the fuck they want. That's unhinged. That's unhinged, okay? The fact that they went after Melina, right? Trying to subpoena her overseas, right? Making her go through the trouble of potentially getting a lawyer herself because she doesn't want to cooperate in this fucking lawsuit is the definition of fucking crazy malicious action, legal harassment, okay? Like, that is the definition of bad faith or some shit, right? Like, that's crazy to me. And just a reminder, I do believe that Melina was cooperating with Pixie in the beginning. But then at some point, it's most likely the case that Melina saw the lawsuit to be a fucking lawsuit, right? And that's why she backed the fuck out, which, good for her. Why the fuck would you ever participate in a fucking lawsuit that is completely baseless and is just meant for the reasoning of harassing people, right? Yeah, of course I'm going to back out of that shit.
very fair, and he'll say, I've been on a doxing, like...
By the way, remember, okay, there's no reason to subpoena someone if they're cooperating with you, okay? There's no reason to subpoena someone if they're already cooperating with you. Literally no reason, okay? So do you know what this implies? This implies that Melina, supposedly another victim, okay, doesn't want to cooperate with Pixie. I wonder why, right? Because in any other good faith context, right, shouldn't victims collaborate with other victims?
Free recently. So, it kind of makes sense that they had to wait for their protective orders.
more or less,
That
they
makes
turn
sense.
over everything they've asked for. They keep asking for like broader and broader things. Like, I don't remember if I said this before, but at one point in the early stages of this case, they were saying that they wanted every single image and video that I'd sent and received over the past 5 years. That's how broad that they thought they could do like their discovery. This is just like a fucking joke. It's like, this is never happening. You're out of your fucking mind. So they're
The best part of this is going to be if the best part of this would be if somebody with like a very clear case here comes forward. All right, I know people have way clearer cases. If one of those people with a clearer case comes forward and files a civil suit, if this were to be dismissed and he's celebrating and he gets hit with like a civil suit for Melina or something, that would just be very funny to me. It would just be very, very funny.
They're committed to this idea that, oh no, we're still just starting. They're still just starting discovery. Somebody in chat said they want the case to go in front of a jury. I've seen it in my dreams. I don't think they do. I think they just want to drag it out for as long as possible. I would be surprised if they really wanted to go in front of a jury. Maybe.
Why? Hey, hold on. They just want to drag it out for as long as possible. So they just want to spend money to hurt him. That's like where he's at. Is the only way they could do this is if they want to spend money just to hurt him only.
Yes, that's correct. She has gone far and beyond, okay? She has fully went scorched earth. I think according to Steven, she has spent at least $150,000. At first, I think Steven was a little bit reprehensive about giving his estimate on how much money Pixie has spent. But I believe that in our last call, Steven has said that she has spent over $150,000. But yeah.
It's not that he did something wrong. It's not that he's been a total fucking subhuman piece of shit to a ton of people he used to call friends. It's none of that, right? It is none of that. It's just that they want to pay money to hurt him. That's very interesting. She said she wants that. No, she said she wants him to be punished for this, but I don't think she wants him to be punished for this at a massive expense to her with no restitution whatsoever. And the only way she's getting restitution is by going to trial. Yeah.
Oh, Jstlk. Jstlk, you should know as someone who is dating a BBD chick. You should know as somebody who is dating a BBD chick that girls and women will go scorched earth, burning everybody along the way and burning their own savings and burning their parents' savings if it means getting back at someone, okay? I think you're underestimating the scorn of a woman, okay? Hath no fury, as they say.
So, but I am excited that Destiny has this this mindset.
You're underestimating
if
her.
they make it through a motion to dismiss and a motion for summary judgment, then I don't know how he settles at this point, right? He's been totally wronged. I don't know how he could possibly settle. And as he pushes himself further in the corner where he can't settle anymore, that's a W for anybody who thinks he's a terrible human being who doesn't deserve his platform or his money. FYI, the plagiarism case they cite, it looks like the expert not only ripped entire paragraphs from another source without citing, but he also selectively edited the paragraphs to misleadingly shape the narrative of the work he was plagiarizing. Yeah, so it's not even remotely close. And I suspected this Vigilance stream because normally when they cite a case, they go into a lot of detail about why that case supports them, right? And I feel like they did not go. So plagiarism, I feel like they're normally far more precise in this. From what I've seen, like when they think they have a source that helps, they're far more precise. Guess who's coping hard today? Yeah, we got a couple clips. We'll check out some of the clips. What do we got? How much time do we have left on the stream here?
Oh my god.
Guys, we got 58 minutes left.
The lack of self-awareness.
Looks like 10 subs? 10 subs for 2 more hours in the stream, guys. If you like the content, you want more content, okay? Go ahead, donate. Add more time to the stream. Appreciate all the viewers here, all right? We're going to make it through this no matter what, but I appreciate all
I hope that nobody donates one day and he is forced to end every stream early, okay? Inshallah.
viewers. I also appreciate all of your support. If you like the content, you want more content tonight, go ahead, sub, donate, give a couple bucks, throw in a couple kicks. Love you guys. I'm not going to show for too long. I just want to keep going with these docs. Okay. All right. I don't know if we have anything else here.
But
we might go to the next clip.
Yeah, I think it would be really rough for them.
How? Oh, Marty Epstein, thank you for the 5, buddy. Let's go. Let's fucking go. I don't know how. Why would it be rough for them?
I have never seen any of Jstlk donators before, like their names. Like their names are completely foreign to me. I've never seen them in this space. I've never seen them in other YouTube chats or anything like that. My guess is that they're all Kiwi farmers, all of them. I think they're all like Kiwi farmers who dedicate their entire existence to hating Destiny, very like in a very delusional manner, and I suspect that's actually what's going on. Okay, yeah. Like, I suspect that all of these, like, mystery donators are all, like, Kiwi farmers. All of them. Yeah. Who are living off of disability checks or their parents' inheritance or, yeah. Or incredibly maladjusted but white-collar.
I would just love for him to say, why would a trial be rough for them? Okay, hypothetically, let's say hypothetically, Pixie literally can't improve her reputation. She doesn't have the platform to fight against you at all. So Destiny just gets to run roughshod over Pixie with any narrative he wants, right?
Like what's happening.
But a trial, it's like actually putting it in front of some impartial people who aren't terminally online. How could it not improve from there? It can only improve, right? Yeah, he thinks this, Fergles, but unfortunately, no matter what he says about her reputation, if people go home and Google this guy, they're going to be disgusted. Right? Like, it can only hurt him. So this is, like, more fronting that is just very funny to me. I don't know why he has to make up such insane shit that he's like, oh, yeah, we should totally... It'd be really bad for her to go to trial. Uh-huh.
But...
like, I can't imagine hating on Destiny to this day. I really cannot. Okay? You can call it DEG brain rot if you want, right? But the thing is that I just can't imagine dedicating this much time to hating an online personality. That is unfathomable to me. Unfathomable. When I hate Tectone, it's because he posted a video to his more than 1 million subscriber YouTube channel. And not only that, he's trying to push the downfall of our democracy, and he's openly trying to defend his his potentially most likely rapist of a father when he is also raping other people himself, okay? But these people are going off of a faux pas lawsuit against someone who is constantly bombarded by these fucking ridiculous, crazy allegations, okay? Just because of the other, because there's always another reason why they hate Destiny. It's probably because, like, oh yeah, he's a degenerate, or because Destiny is a left-winger that is very edgy, so it triggers that part of them, you know? But yeah.
Written discovery is ongoing, and depositions have not yet been conducted. Written discovery...
Doesn't he always say she has nothing to lose? Yeah, like, realistically, I don't understand how he could say that she could lose something at trial. She's apparently losing all of her money, spending all of her money just to hurt him now. Going to trial hurts him way more.
Only began after the court granted plaintiff's protective order on September 2nd, 2025. Plaintiff produced over 3,000 documents on September 5th with additional productions on September 22nd. So they add this in here to...
He gets really mad. He's going to get totally booty bothered, anally annihilated over the fact that it's 3,000 documents, but it's like 3,000 messages where the messages have individual timestamps on them, like individual XML or HTML files. He gets so booty bothered about this kind of stuff, okay?
Sound like fancy or whatever. So of the 3,000 documents that they produced, about 2,800...
Why would you not? Like, isn't this the definition of, like, because you're doing something in bad faith, right? Because there's no reason for it to be in 3,000 text documents. You're really telling me in the age of our Lord, like fucking 2025, that they're gonna send every single message as a separate fucking TXT file? The only reason anyone is doing that is like almost 100% as a form, because they're lazy but with no ill intent, but because of genuine harassment, like legal harassment, right? Like actually legal harassment. So the thing is what it seems like to me, it's most likely legal harassment, considering how the entire pattern of this lawsuit points that way, right? Like, we're establishing a pattern here, and the pattern is legal harassment. So it's easy to conclude that this 3,300 files thing is 100% legal harassment, right?
100 of them are just single lines of text. So for instance, there's like a group chat, I think, that a bunch of people were in, and that group chat is 1,000 documents because every single individual message is thrown into its own text file. I don't know if this is standard practice, if like courts are literally just kangaroo courts, or...
Well, I think... Hold on. Destiny's done this already. Destiny's literally practiced synchronizing things with timestamps, right? He knows how to merge files. Does he understand abstraction at all? Destiny, you wrote something that will put documents in a certain order.
No, Jstlk, you fucking inbred vegetable drooling chromosomally talented moron. All right? The reason why this is an issue is because in addition to merging the files, after you merge the files, he is being accused of spoliation of evidence. That is why it's so ridiculous. It's because he's being accused of spoliation of evidence when he's trying to merge the fucking text files in order to make it more comprehensible. That's why. If it was just it being... You're trying to frame him. That's what you're doing. You're trying to set up a trap for him, right? Because you're essentially saying, well, I'm going to send all of these in separate text files, so then we're forcing him to merge everything together, so then we can accuse him of tampering with evidence, right? Like, we're not being serious here, yeah?
They'll put it like JSON, HTML, whatever the fuck, in a certain order, and you can combine multiple files. If you generalize this system, you could easily make it so it could take up to n documents, whatever n is, and it could just merge them all into one file over time. This is very possible. You've learned all of the elements. It's very weird when I always find it weird when I meet somebody. This is like the #1 thing I'd look for denying candidates for a job, right? As programmers, when you can't identify abstractions that generalize to other things.
Oh my god.
Like, this is not even remotely a difficult thing.
God,
I assume a law firm would have some IT department that just coalesces this into something immediately. Right?
Yeah, and there's no problem to doing that. And Steven is a retard for not knowing how to do that. But the thing is that regardless of whether or not he's a retard or not when it comes to programming, okay, the fact is that even if he was a genius when it comes to programming, that's not the point. The point is that they're using the fact that he is trying to merge files together as an example of spoliation of evidence. That is the bad faith part, okay? The bad faith isn't, oh, I can't merge files together, okay? The bad faith part is, I'm trying to merge files together, and the other side is accusing me of tampering with the evidence when they're forcing me to, like, essentially merge them together, right?
Like, it's actually not a problem for anyone with any level of intellect. Yeah.
Okay. Dude.
I don't know. It's very sad when you see this.
Very
You
sad.
do that with ChatGPT, I'm confident. Yeah, well, he did it with ChatGPT, or he tried to, right? This is very easy. I don't know why he, I don't know why he's acting like it's so
Or
difficult.
just a joke in the United States, or if this is just a thing that was designed to waste my time or to waste everything.
Bro, he's so bad faith. It's great. No, he's not bad faith. Sorry, he's just lying. Okay, remember, Jstlk job now. Okay, Jstlk's job. It's funny that he brings up, oh yeah, I'm like hiring software engineer, whatever the fuck. Okay, because whatever position he is in now is way more pathetic. Okay, than a white collar worker who hates Destiny. Okay.
So I have to stay away.
Oh, this is gonna be a funny one, okay?
Materials would indicate that the defendant's ESI was not collected and preserved in a forensically sound manner. Whew, I'm about to trigger the fuck out of me with all this. This is just so, all of this is so stupid, okay? This failure constitutes a critical deficiency as the foundational principle of digital forensics dictates that cryptographic hash values must be generated at the time of collection to ensure the integrity and authenticity of the data. Without these...
This is a way you can do this, absolutely. All they would need is the hash value on Pixie side, right? They would need the hash value so that they could compare it after the
unique
fact.
digital identifiers, there is no reliable method to determine if the data set has been altered or compromised at any point after its initial collection. Okay. I don't know if this guy just watched his first Hackers movie or what, but...
Oh, this is how you know about the DGG brain drain, right? Does he not have anybody who could explain how this stuff works for him? I feel like he's about to say some really insane shit. You could easily do this in a way where you could provide proof, okay? You provide proof very easily that you've archived this stuff. You go, here's the hashes for the stuff I've archived. This is the...
It isn't DGG brain drain, okay? Radiant was yelling about, like, how he could do it or try to help Destiny to do it, right? Without necessarily looking at any of the evidence. Just by the way, okay? But the thing is that Destiny just wanted to do it himself, I guess. Like people were literally suggesting to do it for him. But he was just being a moron and just fucking, I don't know. Like he was just being stubborn, okay?
For my overall trove of, like, archive shit, right? You could upload that to a e-discovery platform that saves all that stuff. You could easily do this. It's like one Google search away. You'd have no problems. It would just be some cloud stuff that would be immutable. You'd upload to it, and you'd probably just upload the initial stuff you went through, right? Now, you could. Did he lose employees? He did. But probably what he should argue is that if he were to immediately, like, archive everything, if you were to pull it all down, modify it, then archive it in a way that, like, generates the hashes, like, he could still do the edits, and then that could never be tracked, right? He would create his own record that has, like, proofs there. So there's always a hole, because I think what a lot of the e-discovery platforms should be doing, as far as I know, is you should be giving them, like, an API key for Discord, and you could just dump all of your Discord shit into it via API. Like, it could go grab that itself and keep a record. Then, I mean, even then he could still edit shit, but then it's very easy to get caught, right? Editing things, because if he's, like, deleting lines and they ever do get a subpoena through Discord for the same, and they can compare, he's, like, totally hooped, and he will be, like, triple hooped for that. So, would be.
What? Where is he getting this from? Discord lawyer number 500? Like, where is he getting any of this from?
What a cryptographic hash is that you are essentially sending. Imagine you take a bunch of data.
Trust me, bro. I'm a lawyer.
Picture,
IRL.
PDF or whatever, and then you run through all of this data.
In Florida.
I'm sure there are probably more sophisticated ways to do this. But like imagine
I
you
work
take
in
every
Florida.
single piece of data and you find a way to just, like, mathematically convert it into some string of 32, 64, 128, 256 characters or whatever. And you can't, like.
The number of characters makes, like, absolutely no difference here at all. He's just saying it as if it, like, he Googled this, he looked at it on Wikipedia. He's just gonna say that, oh, like, this is somehow this is Wikipedia knowledge, right? Like, it's so like irrelevant to this that it's just funny to hear this, like, he's focusing on this as if it's a relevant detail, right? And if you've actually worked with stuff, you're just like, oh, why are you're like weirdly, you're doing the oh, it's this, okay? It's just this thing, okay?
The scene starts with
No, stop. Oh, dude, I'm not finding anything, okay?
It's funny how Foodshops viewership rises as Europeans wake up. I actually think I have a massive European part, like a massive part of my audience is European. Like, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I think a massive part of my audience is definitely European. 100%. But yeah.
It's just this scene again, okay? That's all it is. It's like that scene. You can just see that
3
somebody who, like,
glasses.
isn't really
The order 3 glasses.
That's
really
copyright.
created.
Of a unique value generated by all the underlying data. What that means is that if I alter the data in some way and then I hash it using the exact same algorithm as was hashed before, if I change any of the underlying data, then the hash that's generated is going to be different than the prior one. So a hash doesn't allow me to go back to the original data, like some form of like encryption or conversion or whatever. But what it does allow me to do is to check if the original data has been modified in some way. Okay. Now, take a step back here. Okay.
Okay, I'm not entirely sure whether or not that's true. Hold on. Can you unhash a hash? No, you cannot technically decrypt a hash because hashing is a one-way irreversible process, not a reversible encryption. How did I forget about this? I guess I did forget about it. Oh, okay. The hashing process loses information. That actually makes sense. No, that makes sense. No, I get it. No, it makes sense. It makes sense. It all makes sense now. Okay, I remember now. I actually remember. Fuck. It's been years. It's been years since I worked in the industry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's not a unique hash. It could, like, theoretically, two different hashes could. I feel like there was a really.
It's
I've
unique
lost
enough,
it.
okay?
I've lost
Unique
it.
enough. What's Oh man. Is it UUID 3? There's one of the UUID RFCs is like the number of like unique strings is more than the number of like atoms in the known universe or something. Like there's just nothing. It's just never gonna. You're fine. You're never colliding.
Unique database leak.
That's
a
different than
long
hashing,
time
but
ago.
it's
They used a hashing algorithm that was stupid because you could theoretically have two different passwords generate the same hash because it was a really small, it was really short. I don't remember. Fuck, this was a long time ago. This is irrelevant though. This is like niche, stupid shit. The big issue, okay, the stupid part here with talking about anything having to do with a cryptographic hash value is a concept, okay, called chain of custody, all right? You are asking me for a cryptographic hash. Why? All
I remember how I used hashes in my line of work. I just remembered. So let's just say you have string A and you have string B, right? You want to compare these two as to the same, but these two strings are very sensitive information, okay? You want to make sure that they are both the same. You want to verify them on a public front, okay? Like a website or something, right? So in order to verify them in an environment where everyone can see it, right, by doing inspect element, what you do is that you compare the hashes. Making sure the hashes are the same is a great way to figure in order to compare the information to be the same without like showing on the public end what the information actually is. Boom! I'm a fucking genius, is what.
have to do if I'm going to doctor evidence is
remember
doctor
now.
the evidence and then hash it. Why the fuck would me giving you
This is why I think the primary argument was that you didn't use an e-discovery platform and you didn't hire anybody to do this for you, right? I think that's like the problem here. And realistically, because there isn't an effective chain of custody that could be managed here,
You're a junior dev at best, but I am. I never claimed to be a senior dev. I was hired as a junior dev, and I was fired as a laid off as a junior dev. Okay, yeah.
like realistically, you should have to go and subpoena Discord and get like the
So I
the
never got to
independent logs
senior
produced
dev
by
level.
Discord,
Okay.
right? To look for deletions around that time. Like this would have been if you had, trust me, if they were trying to find, Charlie Kirk's killer, if the FBI was on it, they would have gone and gotten that data from Discord right away, and then that would have all been handled like a correct way, right? To actually preserve evidence. Yeah, you could say don't delete the original Discord logs. See, to me, if you want to delete the original Discord logs to protect your privacy, I think you have to go engage with some e-discovery platform. You have to figure out the way to do that without like actually hurting chain of custody, in my opinion.
If you ever hit rock bottom, hit me up. I'll give you a job and get you back into the fold. Hopefully that never happens. True. Hopefully that never happens. Okay. But yeah, I know several people who are probably willing to like give me a job if I ever like fail out of streaming, I guess. So I don't have to put the fries back into the bag. I could put the code back into the website or the code back into the database, so to speak. But yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that should be a direction they should have taken the case, and they are kind of taking it there now. But like they should have taken the case in that direction, because why
Isn't that
the
my
fuck
way? I hate my job.
hasn't this been
Okay.
decided at like a federal level somewhere? Has it really not been?
After those zeros
Like,
and
is this just a
ones,
thing
yeah.
where it's like, oh, I can actually delete all of that evidence from the platforms it was on, right? Including relevant messages. I can delete all of it as long as I create an archive that breaks chain of custody. it feels strange to me. I feel like that can't possibly be the case, but
A cryptographic hash verify the authenticity of anything I'm showing you. The chain of custody starts with me.
Hey, listen, all I'm gonna say is that I worked at Google Kubernetes, okay? I'm a cloud engineer, all right? That's what you tell me. Too bad everybody uses AWS, okay? So, like, what can I say?
This is such a stupid
Fuck that
fucking
shit.
argument. It makes no sense.
the chain of custody should start with
Sorry.
the platform the messages are stored on. There's a platform that's holding that data that can basically say, like, with an actual audit log, what's been deleted, what's there. You don't even retain that unless you have some special program going on, right? Like, Discord doesn't retain the messages for you with deleted timestamps. I don't think there's any export that does that, is there? Is there an export that shows deleted timestamps? Maybe there is. I'm trying to think of what the API returns. If it returns, like, deleted messages with, like, a deleted flag on them? I don't think it does.
The equivalent here to a cryptographic hash is taking a photograph of like a crime scene before investigators start messing with shit, okay? Why you take the photographs first so that you can see how everything originally was. This is an important part of a crime scene. Now imagine how stupid it would be to have photographs of a crime scene if the first photographs you have
Oh, yeah. That's the cool part about hashes or any kind of encrypted comparisons or anything like that, is that essentially what you can do is that you can technically turn everything into a hash, right? Like, you can turn a photo can be converted into ones and zeros, not ones and zeros, but like you can take the information from a photo and then convert that into a hash, right? Like maybe the hex code or something. It's super fucking cool. All right, like this stuff is actually really neat. Like, I actually missed that part of computer science or programming when I was like fucking industry working or whatever the fuck. Like one of the coolest things like I've learned is like RSA keys, right? Yeah, RSA keys are super fucking neat. It's super fucking awesome. You have a public key and you have a private key, okay? The private key is meant for decrypting messages, I believe. But the private key, sorry, the public key is used to encrypt messages. So anyone can encrypt messages and give them to you. And even if malicious actors get a hold of that message, they cannot decode it unless they have the private key. So the only person that like, so then you can send, oh my God, it's so fucking cool. All right. And it's using like, you should see the equations. You should see the equations like used to make like the RSA thing work. Just an algorithm. You're describing public-private encryption. Sure, okay. But all I'm saying is that, yeah, RSA public keys and RSA private keys, okay? I'm talking about the algorithm too, all right? Yeah.
are photographs made by the accused. Do you know how stupid this would be?
Does the real cybersecurity motherfuckers, okay? The real cybersecurity motherfuckers know who Alice and Bob is, okay? Alice and Bob. Or is it just me? Because I feel like in every single example or documentation on Confluence or some shit, they always use Alice and Bob. Is this ringing a bell for anyone? I feel like they always use Alice and Bob. Oh yeah, Alice wants to decrypt it, or Alice wants to encrypt it, or something like that. Like, and then it's always Alice and Bob. Like, who the fuck is Alice and Bob? Where do you even get these names from? Sorry.
Wait, is he is actually just functionally arguing? He's arguing that he should have to give up all of the logs they're requesting from Discord, that like he should actually go to Discord and say reproduce them.
Anybody, listen to me, okay? This is how you can tell a realer from a faker, okay? If anybody says, I work in cybersecurity, wrong, liar, okay? Test them on this, okay? Test them on this. What are the two most common names used in cybersecurity documentation as an example to show to people? What? You can't come up with any names? Huh. Fake! Fake! All right? The name better be Alice and Bob. True. Oh, A and B. No, that actually makes sense. A and B. No, that actually makes sense. Alice and Bob. All right? If you can't say Alice and Bob, you're a faker. You have never worked in cybersecurity ever. Okay? Faker. Okay, sorry.
Right? Like he is explaining why everybody is like so fucking annoyed about this. That like, yeah, you're literally the person who's accused of the murder, and you've taken the pictures and gone, you basically got to the scene first, okay? We're gonna accuse you of the murder. You took a picture of the scene, and then a bunch of shit gets, you were there.
Sorry, I'm calm now. I'm calm. Okay.
The scene was a certain way. It's been modified. You modified it to protect your privacy, and then you took a picture. You're like, hey, the picture's from before. Trust me. Like, we have to just trust you that you haven't touched anything. I saw the stream below you linked, Maximus. Oh, you're asking
like,
yeah.
oh no, we have photos of the original crime scene. Oh, who gave you the photographs? The guy being accused of murder. Oh, well, what if he like just moved the bodies first? Well,
Yeah, this is why you probably should have. This is actually, he's literally explaining why he should be guilty of spoliation. He's explaining why he should be guilty of spoliation, right? Like, he deleted them from the third-party platform. He deleted all of these logs after he was given notice, right? After he was definitely aware that he was going to be sued, he deleted all these messages. This is crazy shit right now.
that's a good point. This whole cryptographic hash argument is so stupid because if I was going to
People said that his argument around hashes, I think he doesn't really know, but he is correct in the argument he uses for why, like, hashes might not help with him. But his argument that he's not spoliating, that there is no spoliation of evidence, is